man. Welcome to the substance, man. Welcome to the substance. So what's up with the substance, man? I know you hurt and feel chemical, man. So what's up with the substance, man? This new sun's being knocked your fans. So what's up with the substance, man?
Hey bro, you ready?
Chemical, man. So what's up with the substance?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Know Your Substance Podcast. We're here with another episode with another guest of ours. Nikki, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing good. Went to work. I survived, and I came here, and we set up, and ready for another good conversation.
I feel you on that surviving thing, especially lately, right?
Yeah, everything's like day by day. I'm just like, can't think about the long term. Like, they're like, oh, we got 80 more days of school. It's like, I hope. I hope I can make it.
As long as you're staying present, that's the best thing you can do, though, for your mental health and all around.
Yeah, because when you start thinking about the future, like, it's like, ugh, like, oh, 2 years, what am I going to do in 2 years? It's like, don't even worry about that because everything could change. Like, I got to worry about the next 5 minutes, you know?
Well, that used to be the thing. That used to be how we had to think. I mean, I don't know about you, but that used to be we'd get asked that so early in age, like, oh, what are you going to be when you grow up? I am still here wanting to go outside and play.
Yeah, for sure. You're like, I don't know. I want to do like 10 different things.
Yeah, I'm
And I
just a
still want to do
squirrel.
10 different things.
Yeah, I'm just a squirrel out here trying to get a nut, you know?
Doggy see, doggy do. I feel it. Well, that's cool. Well, speaking of being present, squirrel getting a nut, like that's just kind of like what we got to do, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It definitely is. Don't forget that.
Yeah, don't forget, we're all just part of nature in some way.
It's all a cycle.
Yeah.
The circle of life.
Yep, for real.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Talk about that.
Well, I am the CEO and founder of LezBeHonest. But as far as like a role title goes, I am a network consultant.
Okay.
So basically what I do is I help empower underrepresented individuals, businesses, creatives, literally all walks of life.
Uh-huh.
And I help them cut through the bullshit of the technicality that society has taught us. This is the right way we should be doing this. This is how it should be. You know, I cut through all that and I make sure that they get to the resources that they need to help them achieve their goals.
Yeah, so it's kind of like management. Kind of like cutting through the middleman. You're like, no, I know the right person. Screw all that other stuff. Do it like this. And then you get to the source pretty much.
It is essentially, LezBeHonest is built upon a network that I have been working on for really the evolution of my own life.
Mm-hmm.
How I've been able to simplify it lately is, so my mom used to work at Lawrence Livermore National Lab, and she
Oh, wow.
she was a secretary admin, so she handled a lot of things. She was really good at multitasking, very good at her job. Shout out to Mom. But it's kind of like, think of it like this. If my mom would have left that job and kept her networking resources that she had made at that job and created her own business doing what she loves doing.
Yeah.
So I'm not an admin, I'm not a secretary. Something that I've always been very good at, that I've always been told by my friends, inner circle, family, anyone that has met me. Shout out to everyone. Wouldn't be here without you. They all recognize this ability that I can empower them, and not only that, but I can connect them to sources that they not only can trust, but they can rely and build upon long term. So I made that into a business. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing that you saw the opportunity in just your social circle and community and were able to kind of like capitalize on it, because that is important. Like, we spend all these times like building relationships, throughout our years and, bringing value to each other, or if not bringing value, just enjoying each other's presence, But once you really get into a business side, you're like, no, if we work together, like we can help each other, and then finding the right people to help and then finding the right people to help others. Like, That's a really important job. I don't think a lot of people realize, like, because in like the music industry and all that stuff, they're like, oh, I need a manager. I need a manager. And it's like, you can, but some managers will take advantage of you. But if you have a manager that like knows connections and knows people and knows how to put you in the right rooms, like that's very valuable, you know?
Yeah. And let's be honest, it's not even about, like, to be perfectly honest, I had no idea what I was doing when I started this. I had no idea about managing, anything like that. I have one musician that I manage, and he's, shout out 1400 Vaughn. He's from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh, wow.
Dude, amazing guy. So a lot of what I've had to do with my job or with what I do is it's a lot more than just a business. This is more than a business. This is a movement that we're trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do. Because I had no idea what I was doing when I did this. And I really did wish that someone was kind of there to maybe, like, they didn't have to know what to do. They just had to be there to have my back. To be there on such a deeper level that was bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kind of like a mentor or
someone. Just I don't even want to
be
put
like, whoa, like,
yeah, I don't even want to
try
put
it
a
like
label
this.
to it. Yeah, it's just like, I
Yeah.
want, like when you're watching a movie and you see that character, they're not the protagonist, they're not the main character, but they're that, like, best friend, that funny character that's always amping up the main one.
yeah.
Let's be honest. It's really that. And when me and 1400 Vaughn connected, I had no experience in management or anything like that. But what I did know for sure is that I knew that he had something amazing to offer, a unique sound and something to contribute to the bigger picture. And I was like, you know what, I want in. And from there, it's been a learning experience, and it's just, everything evolves. But that's the thing, is when you connect each other to a network that is all within and having good intentions,
Yeah.
it feels good to be seen and trusted. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to come by.
It is.
That's ultimately what we want, even online.
Yeah.
We just want to be seen.
Yeah, staying within a community and kind of get that acceptance, you know what I mean?
Just to be seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of why, yeah, I agree. No, that's spot on. I like that.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Let's talk about it. No, that's cool, though. How many years have you been doing this?
We're going on 2 years in March.
Okay.
When I first started this, I just kind of called it like the ultimate middleman, the ultimate middle woman, you know, because I am not a dude. Like,
Yeah.
I'll say dude, but, whatever. But
Middle woman.
yeah, I'm a woman. A strong, independent woman, let's be honest. But when I did this, I had no idea what I was doing. It was all just shaping its form. And one of my first clients I had was a LA film production company with Travis Ross. And his film, I don't know if you've heard of it or seen it. It was actually played out here in the State Theater. It's called Central Valley.
No, I haven't.
Come on, T.
I don't think I have.
Really? I got you. I'll put you on.
Yeah, put me on.
I'll put you on.
Send me the link.
I got you, bro. I don't know if you put little links and stuff in here,
Oh,
but
yeah,
link
for sure.
right here.
No, we will. We'll put a link in we'll put it on the TV, or we'll put it in the bio, you know?
No, so it just kind of started with like, yeah, you have something to offer. Let's lock this in, let's channel this out. And what I was doing with them is I was helping them with their marketing. I'm really good at connecting, bridging, so just kind of went and ran with that. And when real recognizes real, there's something beautiful that sparks.
Yeah.
When you have genuinely good intentions and you're maneuvering around intensely with the energy that I'm carrying around, like, I'm severely hyper right now, even as we're sitting here. Like, I'm really hyper. It's like shaky on the inside, but I'm just excited.
Yeah.
It's that ADHD in me. But, when you have things channeled right, the right people get drawn to you.
Yeah.
And when the right people get drawn to you and you know what to do with that because you're in the moment and you're present and you're actually here, you have the knowledge and capacity to, carry it forward, then it's unbelievable the kinds of people that you'll run into, that
Yeah.
you'll meet.
Especially when you put yourself in the right environments, like going to networking events or just anything social, you know, you never really know who you're going to meet or run into. It kind of is like magic how things can connect, you know. Some of the people I've met in life, you just be talking to them and then they tell you who they are and you're like, what the, yeah, I know who you are, you know. Like, that's crazy, you know, like that you would just, the intentions were just to connect with somebody on some human level. You know, wasn't worried about what they did. And, you know,
Like
that last minute, they're like, by the way, I'm kind of a big deal. And you're like, sick.
I wouldn't say I'm a big deal or anything like that. It's an evolving thing, and I'm
But like I mean like with other people, like when I go to like networking events, you know, and like you know, you just never know who you're gonna run into, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Not like they're a big deal. I just got attacked. And not like not like they're not like a big deal, you know what I mean? But like, you know, they have some type of thing that you can learn from, you know.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, like I see you. I saw that you were in LA recently. Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw you out there. How was it?
It was amazing.
It was nice.
For one day at the NAMM show, shout out to anybody who went to the NAMM show, man. You know, for one day, I was kind of like, I was there and then it was done because I got there around 11:30, 12. I went to one workshop and another
AM?
workshop, and 11 a.m.
Okay,
It was
I was
done by
like,
5. And then the last workshop I went to, I was like a panel and like, you know, kind of connected with the community that was there. And I've been going to those same panels for like probably 2 years now. And just being able to be surrounded by, you know, professional producers and engineers who have all this experience and worked with artists, whether or not I'm shaking their hand or talking to them, just being in the same room and hearing what they have to say to a crowd of like-minded individuals is really amazing, and it really builds a stronger community.
You feel it, right? Like even in the room, you're like
they want you to succeed or they wouldn't be here.
It's kind of like
they're not making a lot of money doing it, you know?
it's like a constructive rave. Like, you know, have you been to a rave before?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that energy of like love is like so intense and
Yeah.
everywhere. It's like that, but all like constructive and professional, and
Yeah.
you know, like it's beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
it's
the
inspiring.
that's the feeling I aim for when my clients all interconnect. And I'm actually working on like a couple projects right now with Central Valley. I'm helping them coordinate a filming stream tour, which stay tuned. Follow Central Valley on Instagram. We'll put a link on here.
Yep.
But I've been helping coordinate showcasing the film across the country, and that's strictly utilizing the LezBeHonest network.
Nice.
So, and it'll all involve cross-promoting each other, and it's going to be a very unique project, and it's something I'm even looking to talk to you about, too.
Yeah, for sure. I'd be interested.
I think you'll definitely like it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love film. I like the whole world. Like it's something I've always wanted to get into, you know, over time and just kind of take a look at it. Like I like going to the indie film things, the indie film contest, like the one that was in Modesto.
I saw that.
Yeah, that one was sick. Do you are you connecting like the Central Valley to other indie film type of communities?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I went with them for about 2 years on their film festival venture.
Nice.
That's where I was able to meet one of my other clients, Julian Dubuque International Film Festival. It's JDIF. It's located in Dubuque, Iowa. Shout out JDIF. They are, oh my God, T. If you ever have like the impulse to like, you know what, I'm going to take a jump and go to a film festival. I want to like just dive right in and smother myself into the realm of film.
Yeah.
And see what comes of it. I promise you on everything, your investment will be worth your while and your time.
Yeah.
Your time investment.
Do you mean like as a viewer?
As someone to be there, like.
Just the environment, the
Oh,
vibe.
yes.
Is it like multiple movie theaters just running, like
It's a
or
lot
multiple
going
like
on.
screenings?
Well, it's not only that, but it's very community based. So
Yeah.
one of the beautiful things about Iowa is that, you know, it's very community based. It's very like, so like perfect example, when I think of California, LezBeHonest, I think of like everyone just kind of in their own lane, just kind of
Yeah.
locked in, kind of tunnel vision. When I was in Iowa, I got approached at a gas station and I'm like about ready to pump the gas and someone's like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah.
we
What
don't
you need.
talk to each other like that. Like, we don't just walk up to each other at the pump unless you're like asking for money. But no, they were just like, hey.
And if you do, you kind of like say it from a distance. You know,
Yeah.
you're like,
Oh yeah.
hey, excuse me, excuse me. Excuse me. You're not like, hey, howdy, partner. Howdy, neighbor, you know.
They were great. They were very
Yeah.
like, just very personable and just very nice. That was very
Yeah.
new for me.
Yeah.
Being born and raised in California, where we're like locked in.
Yeah, for sure. Such a fast-paced lifestyle out here, and just a lot of like individualistic like mindset. So it's kind of like if you're just somebody that kind of keeps to themselves, like there's a lot of that, you know.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I know we're like hopping around, but it's so much has changed. Just like how I mentioned earlier, how I was gone for 10 years.
Yeah,
So when I left in 2010, before then, like I was a kid.
yeah,
And living here in, the Central Valley, like I wasn't present for what actually resources are around here, what everything is. I just knew when the street light comes on, get my ass inside and just be outside as much as I could and just go play. So I only knew like kid things. So when I came back in 2020 as an adult and I'm looking around, I'm like, oh my God, there's actually a lot more resources now than there were then. You know what I mean? Like it looks like there's more to offer now, even though it's still kind of, I don't know if it feels like it's still figuring it out.
yeah. I can agree with that.
Yeah, that's.
Because even like when I went to Humboldt State from 2016 to 2017, and there was cool because you get to see like this niche community of like artists and stuff, and people in film as well, and like just everybody kind of doing their own thing, bands and all that, you know, and like you're like, oh, this is sick. Like there's a music scene, like you could connect with people because we're all college students, you know, and then a few local people, but you know, you're mainly connecting with people on the college level. But then I came back the next year and just seeing like having that mindset of like, oh, I just was doing really well out there with connecting with people. Let's come back here and see what's going on. And then you kind of are like, oh, wow, like, you know, it's different, but it's still there, you know?
Yeah.
And then just, like over the years, like, man, there's been a lot of different phases, at least in the music scene in Modesto. It's changed so much over the years, even from when I was like a kid to when I came back from Humboldt to like 2019 to now, like it's pretty amazing. Like you can't get rid of the artists, we always pop back up.
You know what? That's one of my regrets is you got to admit, again, I was little.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really, I was
How
an
old were
athlete
you?
when I left.
Yeah.
I was fresh out of high school.
Oh, okay. So 18.
Yeah, I was
17, 18. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was fresh out of high school and I left that same year.
Yeah.
Like 3 months later, right after summer was over, August, got to go out there for preseason for soccer and all that stuff. That was, love it.
That sounds fun. I miss sports.
Oh, yeah. Me and my cousins, we got down recently. We were playing soccer in one of our cousins' backyards. We were just kicking ass. And we're all like the same age. We're like 30, whatever. And we're just everywhere.
That's cool.
My cousin's fiance ends up like doing a split. Like we were just, it's like, we're all Monzas. We all love soccer. And we'll just, once we start playing, it's like, oh, someone's going to get hurt.
Better stretch. That's like us, me and my friends, when we go snowboarding, we're like, we need to stretch before we do anything, before even touching the mountain.
Dude, I love snowboarding.
I know.
Have you gone yet?
Just this, yeah, I've gone this year.
How was it?
It was pretty
fluffy?
It was fluffy the second half. The first half it was ice and then it snowed, and then in like an hour it was like a couple inches. It was nice.
Where did you go?
Dodge Ridge.
Oh.
So it was icy. You feel me? Like I fell like on my tailbone and slid down the mountain. I was just down for a minute. I was like,
Oh, that ass.
I was like, ooh, man.
Damn.
I was like, this is not cool. I do not miss this feeling because,
Was it hella cold?
It wasn't hella cold, no.
No. It was
just
like
icy. It was
t-shirt
hard.
time type shit? No. Maybe not like, I don't mean like tank top.
You could have
t-shirt
got away
time.
with the t-shirt probably, but
Or like a short sleeve hoodie.
short sleeve hoodie is crazy. Nah, yeah, for sure. You may have gotten away with a short sleeve hoodie.
Hold on, pause. Why is short sleeve hoodie crazy? You have to explain this to
I
me.
just pictured like a cut off hoodie. Like, is it a
No,
tank
like
top hoodie?
Like a short sleeve.
Short sleeve?
Like an actual, like, think of like a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You got a little sleeve. Like that, but a hoodie.
That'd be crazy. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My siblings give me such a hard time about my t-shirt hoodie that I have. They're like, Nikki, you couldn't just get the rest of the sleeves. I'm like, dude, you guys suck.
I don't think I've ever seen a t-shirt hoodie.
Are you serious?
I don't think I have. I've seen a tank top hoodie.
Dude.
Comment below if y'all seen a t-shirt hoodie any recently.
Come on, guys. Like, it's a t-shirt hoodie. And I mean sleeve. Like, it got sleeve, not ripped off, nothing like that. No.
No, yeah. I know they exist, but I personally can't picture myself ever having seen one. Like,
You're like, I will never have one.
it's like seeing like one of the rarest Pokemon.
I bet my siblings are going to see this and they're going to be like, see, Nikki, this is what. See, T's making a point.
No, that sounds swag. Snowboarding with a t-shirt hoodie sounds lit.
It's my favorite hoodie t-shirt thing.
Because it be getting hot. It gets really sweaty when you're like really going hard on the mountain.
It's in between.
I've
it's
seen
like,
people
I'm warm.
snowboard in jeans before.
No freaking way.
Yeah, swear.
How was that? Were they like?
I don't know. I didn't
they
ask
weren't
them.
like skinny jeans, right? They weren't
No,
like
hell no. That'd be crazy.
some jerkin jeans,
Yeah, he's got some band shoes on. Just,
some new boys
he's
type
like
jeans.
duct taped his feet into it.
Oh my god!
No, he was wearing jeans, yeah, and probably a t-shirt.
Like a tank top tee or like a tee like.
Like a t-shirt, yeah, like Hanes.
Do you have a cowboy hat on too, or?
No, I don't know what he had.
I'm seeing
I
like
think it was
total
DC
Western
hat.
vibes in my head.
It was
like,
DC hat. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
You're all like, he went to Okies in Oakdale.
No, but he really was wearing pants and like a t-shirt. I was tripping. I was like, I don't know about that one, but
Oh yeah, dude. Meanwhile, you're like all bundled up.
dude, for real. I'm like having to layer down. I don't layer up as much as I used to because I don't fall as much, you know.
When you prepare for your, do you like go for the day, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so when you prepare for the day, like what do you do to like prep your day, to like get ready to go?
I get everything ready the night before.
Attaboy.
I always put extra pair of socks.
Smart.
He's
smart.
Extra shirt, extra shorts, extra shoes maybe. No.
Just in case.
I just wear a different pair of shoes there. I don't wear the boots, obviously, because you can't really drive with those boots as safely as you could with just regular shoes.
Something to wear on the way back.
Yeah. I always keep a bandana so I can wipe my goggles or wipe my face or whatever. And then, yeah, I'll usually just wear like a hoodie or a long sleeve and then wear like a snow jacket.
Do you get like a meal? Like a.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes we'll go to Subway, get sandwiches. Or we'll just...
Is that the go-to? The Subway?
Yeah.
Not Save Mart? The Save Mart sandwiches, dude.
Yeah.
They be popping.
The one in Oakdale? Before you go?
The one in Oakdale is definitely like...
Yeah,
that was the one that my family, we'd go to, for sure.
We used to go to Save Mart to get our tickets like $10 cheaper.
Yep. Shout out Save Mart.
I don't know if they do it anymore. Dude, I paid $160 for a snow ticket for Dodge Ridge.
What was it again? 140?
140 or 160.
Ugh.
It was expensive.
I feel like the last time I paid it was like 120 though, so it's gone up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a couple years.
Yeah. That's
Gross.
expensive.
I
don't think
remember when it was a quarter.
Ski lifts do not need to be $160, especially for Dodge Ridge. I love Dodge Ridge. I support my closest community snowboarding lift. But like, bro, for real,
It's hard out here for a pimp.
it's hot.
Oh.
No, it's hot too. Like, it's
Yeah.
hot in Dodge Ridge.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Like, it's icy as hell. Like, you really charging me $160 to break my tailbone?
Oh, dude, get this. You're gonna think this is funny, and y'all in California are gonna think this is funny too. So when I lived out in Iowa, they would I would see people driving in the snow, like just like it's normal, and I'm like, you guys don't put chains on your tires, and they're like, what? They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, you don't put chains on your tires, and they're like, is that what you guys do out there? I'm like, I mean, I know not what I do, but
Yeah.
that's all I've known and seen is when there's snow around and we're in California, which you're going up to the snow, you put chains on your tires. Like, am I right?
That's correct.
All right, so
That's the safest option.
They all were like, no, we don't do that out here. That's weird. And I'm like, yeah, they're judging me. And I'm like, guys,
Like, you're...
I'm just out here living.
That's crazy.
I don't think that I like said and mentioned that we are kind of like inclining, you know?
It's very
But
flat up there. Yeah, that's true. When it's snowing.
however, I had to start driving in the snow. And obviously, I'm not going to be the only squirrel out there with
Chains.
on my tires, so I got to adapt. And I did. So I'm the one that usually is like, okay, Nikki's driving, whatever.
Do you
But
drive without chains and stuff out here in the snow?
I haven't had the opportunity to drive in the snow yet.
Yeah.
Out here.
I wonder if it's because maybe the snow's a little different out there too.
I don't
Because
know,
out
but
here it's like very icy and stuff. Like Colorado snow's a lot more fluffier. Like there's a different snow.
Iowa snow, I can't really remember a distinct difference, but when I lived in Pennsylvania and I had to drive up a very steep mountain to go to work at like a juvenile rehabilitation center, is top of this huge ass hill, and I had to drive there every day, and I had no chains on my tires.
It was fine.
No. Perfectly fine.
What kind of car?
California, we adapt. We need to adapt.
You need to risk it for the biscuit.
Risk
when
it.
I was out there at Dodge Ridge, my boy, he had a Subaru, so like we didn't have tires or chains. He was fine.
I saw no one out there in all my years, T. All my years out there, no one had chains on their
Everybody's
tires.
just drifting.
They are.
It's just Mario Kart out there.
They just adapt. Like you've seen the movie Cars, right?
Yeah.
Remember when he's like, "Oh, when you're drifting, you go opposite." That was literally all I thought about was Cars.
That's all you had to
Opposite
do
little move.
out
I'm
there.
like, cartoons helped me survive.
Life lessons that we learn young. Well, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Man, yeah, I'm cool off driving in the snow. That ain't my cup of tea.
What? Oh, you mean living out in the snow?
No, driving in the snow, I'm cool.
Oh.
I'm cool.
It's definitely not a favorite.
No, especially if you hit the like black ice. That's gonna be scary. You gonna need some chains for that.
I got snowed in once.
Oh, really?
We got snowed into the house. I remember I'm like 5'4". Snow covered up the whole door.
Oh man,
Door was like,
you had to wait till it melted, or somebody came and shoveled it. You guys?
no,
out?
we knew that it was like, what is it, storm season or some shit in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, and no, we got our milk and bread.
You guys snuggled in, huh? You guys said, all right.
Pretty freaking much.
Lit the furnace.
You know, the weed police, you know.
All right, y'all. So we back. We were talking about the snow. So you were gone. You were in Iowa driving with no chains and stuff for like 10 years. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you came back, like your initial like reaction was you were saying that like you didn't realize how many resources and what type of opportunities were really out here in the Central Valley. And what was your first initial reaction besides realizing the resources? Like, what was the first time you were like wanting to take advantage of that?
It wasn't even so much as like the resources available now, like seeing it as an adult. Because when I came back, I mean, I have a degree in sociology, and I was helping kids. I was a counselor, like I had mentioned, at the Juvenile Rehabilitation Center. And a lot of what I did was bridging the gap of communication between families. So I helped family circumstances a lot of the time. So when I came out here, I was trying to, a registered behavior technician, an RBT. And so I was like seeing all the adult resources that are available to the community. But what I really was drawn to was how active the creativity was in this area. I wasn't attuned to it when I was a little one. So to see that everything, like, to even like come across you through like even our mutuals, like Izzy, shout out A-Team.
Shout out A-Team, man.
And Jerry, shout out Jerry. Dude, great guys. Like it was just coming back and seeing what I had missed out.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful seeing what had evolved. It was, dude, it made me feel a lot of good pride. Like,
That's
I know
cool.
we're all still like evolving and on our journey as a community and even individually, but it was really beautiful to see. It was like, we've come a long way. You know, we're learning from mistakes. It's 2025. Like, we can make something out of nothing. I made a company out of literally nothing. I didn't know what I was doing. I called it LezBeHonest because I think it's funny, and it's something that I tend to say a lot, and you know, we hear that concept in like music randomly or just in weird just references, anything. So
Yeah.
it's like, it was familiar.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing to see how far everything's come, and even more knowing that it's 2025, guys, and we're just ending January, and we're fully able to create something out of nothing. All you have to do is just do it. That's the only wrong way of doing this, is not doing it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you got to look at what's going on right now in the market, because, like, whether you're doing music, you're doing film, whether you're doing just anything with any type of industry, you got to realize that your biggest competition is the one at the top. So you got to, like, go hard. And if you don't come together as a community or have a team on your side, like, it's going to be very hard to do these things by yourself. Yeah. You know, and that's why it's important for people like you to, you know, strategically, like, connect people and stuff, because it's not easy. We're going to go up against heavy funded millionaires investing in these companies that invest in these artists and stuff just to push it down our throat, whether they're good or not. They're trying to push their agenda. They got millions and billions of bucks. People think this happens overnight. Well, yeah, but it does happen overnight when you have $1 million budget just for marketing. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if it's a song, if it's for film, if it's for a product. Like, that's what we're up against. And that's why it's really important that we stay connected as a community, especially in the Central Valley, let alone Modesto, because we have grown a lot, but we could have grown a lot faster if we were working together specifically with a goal in mind. And, you know, I think we get closer to that every year. You know, there's been times I felt like the scene was really disconnected, everybody kind of in their own ego and stuff. But after going to the LA and going to the Bay Area and, like, seeing how things are out there, man, like, none of that matters. Like, what really matters is, like, doing what's good for yourself and your community.
And you know what's crazy is we were talking about, like, the music scene earlier and how it's changed. Dude, I wasn't attuned over here, but one scene that I have been getting more attuned to, especially with, 1400 Vaughn, because I work with him.
Yeah.
You know, I've been getting more attuned with the creative scene. In my opinion, like, granted, this is my home, so I'm familiar that this is an underdog area just because I'm
Straight
familiar
up.
now. But Minneapolis, Minnesota, holy cow, man. The creative scene out there is like a nonstop vein of, like, just pumping through that city. It's insane. But the one thing that I've noticed, and I even get asked by a lot of my network, and, you know, shout out to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Love it out there. But the one thing that they're missing is a form of unity, something to connect them.
Yeah.
And, you know, what's really cool about this Central Valley streaming tour is that utilizing my network, I'm helping other creatives in other communities, other states, cross-promote one another.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because it's like you got to think of the Central Valley as a bubble. Then you got Minneapolis, and,
Yeah.
like, they got their own bubble.
Yeah.
They probably have no idea what's going on. But they could probably relate because they feel underdogged as well, you know what I mean?
Dude.
I mean, realistically, like, the Central Valley, like, is known other different than other kind of, like, unlooked at place.
Oh,
Even,
yeah.
like, I don't know. Let's think of a city that, like, doesn't get a lot of attention for rap music, you know?
Minneapolis, Minnesota, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
telling you.
like them, or, like, just anything, any, like, random city. Like, people out from outside looking in the cities may not know Modesto. You know, they may not know Stockton. They may not know Merced, you know?
May not know Houston.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, some of these cities, it's like, where is that at again? Like, people don't really understand, like, geologically, like, not geologically.
No, you were
geographically.
Yeah, you were there. You were on that path.
Yeah, I got the first part right.
I didn't like geography.
Yeah. But, like, a lot of people don't realize that, like, there's people doing the same thing that you would like, but just because they're not from LA or from, you know, New York or Atlanta or Miami or any type of, like, place that's a cultural hub, like, doesn't mean that they aren't part of that type of vibe and that type of influence or community. Like, we all are connected through something, and that can be music or whatever art that we're doing. You know, it's just all about exposure and how we're willing to communicate that. how are we from Modesto in the Central Valley willing to communicate what's going on? What are our struggles? What are our influences? What are our nightlife? Like, what is our demographic? How do we express that with the world? And who even cares? You know what I mean? It's
I fucking care.
I care.
I care.
I care because we represent just normal people at the end of the day that are living in the middle of, a middle America kind of,
Yeah, let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest. Like, we technically are, like, no different if we were living in, like, Iowa, too, you know what I mean?
No, like, yeah.
Because it's very rural. There's a lot of agriculture, But agriculture or urban, it's like we still have culture, and we still have an influence on the world, especially if we're feeding y'all.
So in other words, if you're like, this is something I've heard before is like people from the Central Valley saying, "Oh, I feel stuck here. I feel, stuck, blah, blah, blah." I get that.
I've heard that.
However, and I had no idea what I was doing with my future. So when I was approached with that soccer scholarship, that was purely like, I had no idea what I was doing, no anything. So I had to figure that out on my way. But like when you're saying like you're stuck, I'm telling you guys, like, look inward. Like, it sounds so corny, so cheesy. Like, young me would be geeking out right now saying, like, this young buck over here. Like,
That's funny.
But it's true. It's, if you look more in the mirror, like, I'm not gonna lie, let's be honest. I was in a 8-year-long relationship. And, I was kind of raised upon the belief of when you love someone, there's no, there's I'll make it work.
Yeah.
When you do something like that, you lose yourself. You're compromising a lot of yourself. And when you do it for a long period of time, when you look in the mirror, you don't even recognize yourself anymore. So when I looked in the mirror, I was like, who are you? I'm like, who am I looking at?
Turned into a musical. Like, little high school musical.
I get like, I get excited. But
no, I know what you mean.
I just like, who are you? And I had to take a big step back and, reevaluate and just kind of lock in with myself. And the moment I did, the spark happened. Mm-hmm. The alignment. Things started happening. I didn't just get approached by people that I didn't even think would look at me or even talk to me. And I'm not even talking about relationships. I'm talking about purely business, networking, friendships, all around kind of things. And then you have certain kind of levels of people following you and reaching out to you and saying, "Hey, I see you. I see what you're doing. Real recognize real." And I'm like, let's be honest. Like, you already know. Like,
No, I agree. It's crazy how, like, once you let go of, like, something, like, especially that is consuming energy or that is, taking energy. And that could be anything. It could be a relationship. It can be a lifestyle. It could be a habit. It could be a diet. It could be anything that we do that takes away our energy instead of giving us energy. And once you get rid of that, you'd be surprised what comes back, from whether the universe or just, what you're putting out into the world and how it comes back. Like, like getting rid of like a bunch of old shit, you know what I mean? Yeah.
If you have the best intentions, I'm telling you, make sure you tell your kids this. Make sure you are, man, when I have kids, if I ever do, like, I'm going to make sure I tell them all the time and I remind them that they are the architect of their destiny. They can do anything that they want. All you have to do is just believe in yourself and, oh, man. I love that. I love that. I'm telling you guys, we're telling you. You just have to, it sounds like a lot of technical work. It sounds like a lot, but I'm telling you, the moment you just look at yourself, even if you want to take a baby step as just looking at yourself in the mirror every day for like 2 minutes straight, that's hard. Do it for a minute. Start at least like a minute.
Stare at yourself in the eyes in the mirror for like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. That full eye contact.
Yeah.
It's intimate. It is. It's powerful.
It is powerful.
It's very powerful.
Sometimes some people, sometimes I'm like, you win.
Start geeking out or some shit, right?
I'm like,
that's me too.
The hell am I doing?
I just sang to your camera. I'll be like serenading myself. I'll be like,
Yeah, I feel you. No, you really do have to be honest with yourself at the end of the day, you know? Yeah. And yeah, sometimes you gotta let go of things just so you can keep moving forward, you know? You can't let things hold you back. I think that's like one of the hardest things for people to do, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we have a problem with attachment in modern day society, especially in Western culture. Like, we're so attached to certain things, like social media, like our devices, our cars, or some things that add to our identity, you know? Like, there's so much, you know? And that's like a real conversation that we aren't really having is like, what is our relationship with attachment,
Oh yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah.
Because it's like we're always glued to our phones. You know, what is our phones doing? You know what I mean? Like, I
hate
deleted
being
my
on my
Instagram
phone.
app. And even when I have it, like, I had it on last night and I was like, man, oh no, 2 nights ago, I was like, I had it downloaded for the weekend, but I was just already doom scrolling for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I
you
was
said
like,
that.
man, I'm already back at it. Like
You
a
had
crack
funny
at
shit
it.
posted though. You did good.
Dude, I literally deleted after that post. I was like, yeah, man, okay, I need to delete it again. It was cool for the weekend, but like, nah, bro. I mean, you don't want to waste 45 minutes on your phone when you could be doing something. I mean, and the amount of brain energy it takes to kind of like process things is like,
You know what sucks is that I hate.
like, go to bed.
I hate, dude. I feel you, especially like when you know it's like time to decompress into
Yeah.
night time, or at least when I would like to go nights.
Yeah.
No, like I don't like being on the phone at all. I actually really don't like it at all. But my position requires me
Yeah.
pretty much nonstop in the wave of things online, which is I'm grateful for. I'm very grateful
Yeah.
for.
It can be a demanding too, especially like
demanding.
and with what you do. Like, I had a hard time like deleting that because I'm like, what if somebody hits me up with this, and that? And honestly, I got to the point where I was like, you know what? If they hit me up and it's too late, like, oh well, like, what's more important, you know?
See, if you had someone like me, what would happen is they wouldn't hit you up. They would hit me up with all their nonsense and all their crap. And when you wake up all like feeling refreshed, you know, and giddy and happy,
I wake up to an
I
email.
have a nice notepad. You have an iPhone, right? The
Yeah.
memo note, nicely organized to you, like, okay, this is the breakdown. This is your update. This is that. Like, let me have my coffee and, all right, let me get to my notes.
No,
like,
for
it's
real.
very simplified down.
And that's a very valuable service.
It is.
You know what I mean? Because if you were to do that for me, like, all I would have to worry about is the creative process and just sticking to the routine and being consistent in what I'm doing, you know? Because, like, social media can really distract people. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of the things we think we're doing on social media, we perceive as being productive, but it really isn't.
Depending on how you use it.
Yeah, it really depends how you use it in what way. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's a strategy, you know, and I don't think for a while, like, I never really saw social media as a marketing tool. Like, I always kind of had the idea of marketing, like, and I'm talking about like, what years ago? Yeah, like like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah.
I mean, Instagram was at the beginning of its flourishing stage, like 10 years ago. You know?
Oh, yeah. Everyone was posting nonsense.
Yeah, it really wasn't until like
wasn't-
2019, 2020 that people were like
Locking it in.
leveraging businesses and stuff with especially with TikTok. I think TikTok changed the game. I think TikTok really leveraged businesses first, and it made Instagram want to really elevate it to that same level because they're like, ooh, everyone's like doing really well over here.
Oh, yeah. But you know what's great about what I offer is that a lot of people will come to me like, what do you do? Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest. I get it. The networking, I get it. What do you do? And so usually the people that come to me and ask me what it is that I do, they need help with something.
Yeah.
So what I do is I set up something like a meeting with them and we hop on like a Zoom. If they're local, then we meet in person, or if a lot of my clients are actually out of the state. They're all over. I do have a couple in LA, and one of my creative director partners, they're based in up north. Shout out Nyla. Yeah, it's my partner.
Cool.
But no, a lot of what I do is so I'll set up a meeting with them and we meet. So what we do is I get to know, actually no, I tell you about myself because in order for you to want to feel comfortable and letting me in
Yeah.
is you're going to have to know who it is that you're going to be talking to.
Yeah, you
Who
got to
it is that you're
establish that
investing.
trust and foundation first.
Exactly. And I'm very, very transparent. So I'm like, here, this is me. And, then it's on you. What you feel comfortable revealing about you. And I also ask you, what kind of goals? What are some things that you love to do? What are some things that you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life? We get deep.
Yeah, for sure.
Usually these meetings, honestly, they're about a couple hours long. We don't even schedule it like that. We just schedule it for like 30 minutes, but
Yeah, however
my
long
client,
it takes.
they end up like they feel comfortable. They want this. They want to feel seen. They want to let that guard down and let someone in to help them.
Yeah.
You got to feel comfortable. You got to feel safe. So once you do that, and I start to be aware as to, okay, these are things that T likes. This is what he wants to be involved in. This is his ultimate goal, but he loves film. Okay, so now if we decide to, move forward, I then present you with a list of plans of what I can do for you. And then moving forward, you'd have access to every person that is within the LezBeHonest network.
Okay.
And there's a lot.
Yeah.
I can't even put a number on it because I do have some NDAs that I have signed.
Yeah, that's cool.
But no, you have access to them, and anything and everything that I do in my movement, I'm always considering you. So, example, with me involved with the film festival, I would get you involved.
Yeah.
Easy. Musician has goals of wanting to be around film somehow, some way. Mm-hmm. Why not put him right smack dab in the middle of the film realm? Like, that's what I have done for my client is he has mentioned before, like, 14 Yvonne, like, hey,
Yeah.
I have a lot of, like, goals. Obviously my career as a musician, as an artist, he takes it very seriously. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You should definitely check him out, too.
No, I will. I definitely will.
But he's like, I want to be involved in, like, films in somehow, some way. He didn't know what it was, but he knew there was something there.
Yeah.
And
he
what did I
felt
do?
Drawn.
Oh, yeah. I collabed him with J-Diff, and he loved it. He was like, I did not expect to have this much fun. They welcomed him with open arms. They gave him, like, hugs, everything. He had a complete VIP access.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
perks, man. Perks of who you know.
Uh-huh.
It's about who you know.
Yeah, it really is.
Let's be honest.
So if an artist right now was watching and they were interested in your services, and they wanted to put out an album, or not even an album. Let's start small. Just like they want to drop a project and start a small audience. What would be like your advice to them?
So I was gonna say to work with them. I don't work with any other artists. So 14 Yvonne is a special, unique client of mine because it's more of an investment. And so we have an agreement in place that he'll be the only musician I work with. But for all the musicians out there that are striving to, level up in some way, somehow, guys, step outside of your comfort zone. Stop being so trigger happy. And I'm mostly speaking because I love hip hop, I love rap, I love the underground realm, which is subjective as to what is underground.
Yeah, for sure. Genres are blending nowadays.
Oh yeah, and it's beautiful. Like, I love it. But guys, let's not be so territorial. Let's not be so trigger happy. Like, it's all about who we know. Get out there, put yourself out there, take those leaps, like, connect. Not everything costs money. Not everything costs money. It's just a matter of your intention and the all-in effort that you put in for yourself. That's what it all boils down to. And I swear on everything, if you just stay consistent and you stay on top of it and you do not let up, because that shit's going to get hard. I'm not a musician, but I see the process of it.
It's hard.
I've seen the evolution of it, and it's hard. You go through every emotion, everything, especially when you're starting a business or you're starting a podcast. You go through every single emotion of anything,
Yep.
So especially when you love it. So just when you're going through all of it, just know, let this be your sign right here on this podcast. Let this be your sign that you're going in the right direction. Just keep going.
Yeah, just don't stop. Like,
Don't stop.
Even, like, you don't know how many times I probably think about quitting, like, once or twice a week. And that sounds crazy, but it really isn't. because of how much shit I got going on, you know? And it's like, at the end of the day, you made a promise to yourself, you're going to stick with it.
You got your hands in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I see you.
It's overwhelming, but you know what?
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. But you just got to keep swimming.
See, cartoons, they kick it in.
I was going to say something else. I was like, no.
Dude, I love cartoons.
Yeah, me too.
Wait, total sidebar. Like,
Yeah.
favorite cartoon growing up? You can give me top 3 if that's gives
top
you
3.
All right, come on.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Oh, I knew I knew you.
SpongeBob. And oh my God, I don't want to. Maybe Rugrats. Rugrats. Ed, Ed, and Eddie, and SpongeBob.
In that order, or just like those 3?
Just those 3. Maybe SpongeBob number 1, and then Ed, Ed, and Eddie number 2, and then Rugrats number 3. I just have a lot of memories of Rugrats, so I can't really like leave them out.
Ed and Eddie was definitely my favorite.
Yeah. But they're still very big on Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents, and then obviously all the 90s ones with the reruns. I'm trying to think what was my favorite one. One of my favorite ones from that era.
There's too many.
There's too many. They
There's
all
way
kind of
too
get
many.
blended in as one for me, you know?
Yeah, I try to envision it, and I just see a mesh of color.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, for sure.
shrivel up a little. No,
Nah.
I would agree, though. Ed and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog,
Ooh.
just because I like the sprinkle of fear.
Yeah.
Just the,
That was a good thriller for
Oh,
a
yeah.
child.
oh, for a child.
It was.
Trying to think of a third one. Oh, Samurai Jack.
Ooh, Samurai Jack. I feel like people sleep on.
Definitely an underrated show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I loved that show.
Samurai Jack was crazy.
I might have to, like, go to Mad Monk and go find it.
Dude, for real. I know. Dude, on YouTube,
Shout out
they
Mad
got
Monk.
like cartoon reruns and stuff. They're like 10 hours of 90s cartoons, and you could just watch it.
Well, Cartoon Network's done now. Even the
They
website.
They croaked?
Yeah. R.I.P. It's done. It's
That was a couple of years ago, no?
no.
Recently?
Was it? I have no
remember.
idea. What is time?
I can't believe they got rid of Cartoon Network. But with streaming
Yeah.
services, are you surprised?
But, well, yeah, eventually. So then that would mean that everything else is going to go.
Yeah, it just depends.
It's going to be
on-
streaming.
Like,
It makes sense.
I mean, Disney. Look at Disney. They got all their stuff on streaming services, you know?
I don't even have Disney.
Yeah.
I'm just over here like, you guys don't have Pocahontas on here. You guys ruined it for me. I'm an adult now. I know what it all means. This sucks. It's like,
I know, it's pretty sad.
it is.
Yeah, those old Disney cartoons are pretty controversial.
Everything is
Yeah.
just tainted with taintedness.
That full Disney.
We're all
wow. and-
we're all just cleaning up your guys' mess from that era.
Yeah. Shout out Pixar.
Yeah, dude.
Pixar's
For
pretty
real.
cool.
I get them mixed up though. There's Pixar and another one though, right?
DreamWorks?
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
DreamWorks.
Well, Disney owns them all, probably.
Of course.
They just own them all. Yeah, it's crazy. Nah, I know it's crazy how influential like cartoons like that can be like on people. I think that's why I've always kind of had a thing for cartoons and film and all that stuff. Like
It was the colors for me. Colors.
the colorways are crazy. Yeah, that is true. Like them 2000s cartoons.
Oh, very visually stimulating.
Yeah.
Like, especially for someone with like severe ADHD, just squirming. It's like, yes, colors.
Yeah, for real. I don't even know what's up with them new cartoons. I don't even watch them, but they
Dude.
just, I don't know. They don't be hitting.
Dude,
I don't know.
they're
It's maybe because we're not a kid, but I don't know. I feel like they should still hit because I could still watch SpongeBob.
dude. Let me give you an example of how the new cartoons are now compared to then. You familiar with Family Guy, right?
Yeah.
All right, all to now, right?
I haven't watched Family Guy probably in the last 10 years. The
Okay,
new
but you remember
episodes.
all the old ones, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious,
Classics.
hilarious, right? Like pushing the line, yes, but hilarious.
Comedy.
Now, total political involvement, total like
like more.
butthole clenching, like I don't know how to.
Like it's not even funny.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
It's just very like kind of like serious, kind of like distasteful.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, dude.
Like they made fun of everybody back
inappropriate.
then. Kind of.
Well, yeah.
And then now it's like more agenda based.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
It's not. But the kids nowadays, they get like an acid trip of color. That's what they like.
Yeah.
They're like, A, B, C, D. And I'm like, yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, I'll be putting them brain breaks on, and I'm just kind of like, dude, this thing is wild. like y'all tripping.
I would have
tripping.
loved that as a kid. I'm not even going to lie. I wish I had that. I had Barney, though, but
Yeah.
yeah, I loved Barney. The OG Barney.
OG
I heard
Barney.
the new Barney. I don't.
Anything new that's old from the old era? No, not it. Like Blue's Clues? No. No news. No new Blue's Clues. Keep it
When
OG.
he posted that video. Do you remember?
When he left, Steve.
Yeah. He posted that video. He's like, hey, guys. How are you doing? I know things are tough right now, huh?
Oh,
And
that one when he came back.
I'm like, Steve, you don't even know.
I know. It felt like somebody coming back from the milk. You know, when somebody leaves to go get milk and they don't come back, and then he just randomly comes back. That's what it felt
I
like.
teared a little. I'm not even going to lie.
Nah, that's pretty kind of crazy. Kind of like nostalgic.
It was. It was like,
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed this, Steve. What the heck?
No, it is kind of crazy when you see like people you grew up watching as like a child, and then they come back on some like personal stuff, and they're like trying to connect with you. It's kind of like, damn, you still care about me? It's
like you didn't-
you don't even know me.
Don't you forget about me.
Oh, I got a beard. I'm like sitting in a chair with a beard. I'm like no way. I'm all hella old now. I don't know.
You'd go full Lord of the Rings.
I feel like full dwarf.
When thou shalt not pass.
It's full on Gandalf.
Wait, he's passed, right?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Thou
Rest in
shalt
peace.
not pass. I don't know what his name was.
All right, y'all. So, I got a question for you.
What's up?
What do you see for the future of LezBeHonest? How do you plan to scale?
Ooh, man, that was a really good question. So, honestly, man, I'm so embedded into the now
Yeah.
because no matter how much, like I said, I've done this now for going on 2 years. I started this in March 2023, and I had up and quit my job because I felt like I was hitting a glass ceiling. I felt like I had more to offer. And the moment that I let that job go and that glass ceiling got lifted. So I learned on this journey 2 years that, I try and plan things and the most amazing things will come up.
Yeah.
Good and bad. Everything has its reason for happening. And all I can say is that things are evolving very fast, very, very quickly, especially in this last year. And even going into 2025, this is going to be a wonderful year for LezBeHonest. I think you guys are going to see me around a lot. You guys are probably going to see this LezBeHonest, this weed police beanie everywhere. I know a lot of people in Modesto, they see me running around with this and geek
It's a
out.
legendary beanie.
I've been pulled over with this beanie before.
Really? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah, they get a good laugh out of it. They're
pretty-
like, and I'm like, quality insurance purposes, and they're like,
That's funny.
just a little humor goes a long way. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, I definitely see this expanding pretty well. I see LezBeHonest breaking societal barriers because I feel like as a society we're kind of drilled in our heads that there's right and wrong ways of doing things. I think we talked about this earlier. We're told that there's right ways and wrong ways of doing this. It's like, no.
Yeah.
No. When there's a will, there is a way.
Yeah.
And you can make that way. So I just see big things coming. I just don't know what exactly they are, but I'm very excited.
Oh, yeah, for sure. As long as you have a direction, like, it really doesn't matter,
It's for the bigger picture.
It is for the bigger picture, and, it's about the journey. It's really not about the destination. It's good to have a destination for direction, but, it's like when we listen to music, we don't listen to it for the ending,
Yeah. No, you're here for the whole ride.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
kind of how I've kind of thought about my journey, because I used to be so like, well, I don't have this. I'm thinking too much about what I don't have and not about what I do have.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes, and it's like we get so caught up on social media where it's like, well, there's this, there's that. I don't have that, so that means I'm not this, and it's like so like robotic of thinking and also very like sheepish. But you know, it's kind of like it's normal, you know, and it's okay, normal to think like that. But just know that whatever you seeing that you feel like you need to have is an illusion. Because once you get that thing, you could do whatever.
Tell them T.
You're gonna want something else at the end of the day.
Exactly.
The most entrepreneurs at the end of the day, once they get what they want, they're already looking for the next big thing. It's a never-ending cycle, and that's why some people are very, very successful, because once they accomplish one goal, they're going to the next step. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't feel like your happiness is dependent on, you know, I guess goals or like...
On like a checklist.
Yeah, it's like on a checklist. Like if I don't have this or that, like I'm not happy. Like you're gonna have to find happiness whether you're sitting in a cave alone with a fire, or, you know, at the top.
And it's crazy because the intention is a big key part in this. Your intention has to be the best. It has to be pure. It has to be good intentions. I've met entrepreneurs that had literally nothing but just, they had a lot of friends, they had a lot of followers, they had a big following, but they did not give a flying F about anyone that they kept around them. They were just, it was all business. And it's like when you have people like that around you, this is why. This should be an example as to why LezBeHonest, why I started this, was because this is setting the standard as to how business communication should be. This is how we should be handling business amongst each other. We should be transparent. We should have good intention with one another.
Yeah.
Like, cut through it, and like we want to help each other. My networks all know one another.
Yeah.
They all want to help each other out. Anything that we can do to help one another, and if we have that accessible, we'll do it. So, I know we digressed, but
No, that's still like, that's pretty on point, because, you know, I mean, when you think of community in the term that it takes a village, we had said earlier, you think of trade as well. Like, you have to think that if we all want to succeed, we all need to be in trade, we all need to be in commerce, and that's how we build our own economy of value.
oh yeah,
You know, you can't be stingy. I mean, if you really care about community, like, whether or not just creative side of being a business, but also on the producing side of business, if you're a restaurant, if you're selling clothes, if you're selling anything commercial, like, we could build our own economies just the same way that in the Central Valley, our agriculture is the biggest economical factor, most likely. Like, on the creative side, like if we keep an economy of creation and sharing information and helping each other, we could really build like a castle.
really quickly.
Yeah, and with the internet, we can scale that castle anymore.
Harness it, channel
Yes.
it, and it just aligns a lot quicker. And that's, oh yeah. And you had asked me earlier about, you know, if I gave some tips about two musicians out there. Definitely don't force creating a team, but consider when it feels right. Don't fight. Actually, this goes to now everyone. When that pull in your chest, I'm sure you recognize it.
Yeah,
When you get that feeling, like, don't second guess it. Don't fight it. Go with it. It feels scary, feels terrifying, but there's a threshold in that fear. And when you surpass it, oh man, guys, I witnessed it myself. Like, life-changing things can happen.
yeah, you gotta be willing to take risks.
I've met some amazing, beautiful soul people all over
Yeah.
from that alone.
Sometimes I'd be antisocial just because I'd be, you know, drained or whatever from just work or whatever.
Yeah.
And once you push back to past that threshold, like, you just keep putting yourself in that area of abundance, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to get past that thought of like, no, I'm tired. No, I'm anxious. No, I'm this and that. Like, definitely take care of your mental health. Don't fucking overwork yourself. But definitely
Don't push it.
don't push it. But know yourself. know your substance, and know how far you're willing to go if you want to be successful.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
That was clever.
Every once in a while, I gotta throw it in there. Let's be honest.
I love it. No, but yeah, 1,000%. You have to submit to the moment, pass the threshold, and it's really funny that we said that because my sister had shout out my sister, Lo-Fi Rebel. My sister brought up one time about what is it, meditation or something, and you know, some kind of like fear or something. And I was like, she asked me, she's like, what do I do? I can't remember exactly what she had asked me, but she asked me, what do I do? And I'm like, submit.
Period.
I was like, I know that sounds crazy. And she looked at me like, dude, that's terrifying. I'm like, if you just submit, I promise you, you're going to be taken somewhere that you didn't know that you needed to be at. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
And she did that. She came to me the next day and she was like, dude, you were right.
Yeah. That's cool.
Type shit.
I can relate. I can't think of a story or a way to explain it, but I can relate because there's been times when I was like, you know, like, oh, this, and that, like trying to think of what I was going to do, being very structured. And then eventually it was like, you know what? Let's not structure it. Let's just put the intention out there. And I guess I can say for one of the first times I went to LA with the mindset of networking, I was like, I'm going to set the intention in the real life. Now, I'm not going to make this a long story. This is going to be for the real, so I'm going to try to make it real friendly.
I'm excited.
I set the intention that if I'm going to go to LA for this networking event, shout out to EYL, Earn Your Leisure's Market Mondays Live. It was super cool. This was like 2023? This was like 2023. And I just sent the intention. I'm like, my intentions of going to LA is to network and meet as much people as I can. From the moment I got on the Amtrak, because I didn't have a car, I got hit and run by some bitch. And it sucked. And long story short, like, I was on the Amtrak. The first person I met was, like, this guy going to buy a $100,000 Benz from some guy. And he's taking a train to go get it and then drive it back. And he was, like, sold steel. And he gave me a lot of advice. And one of the biggest things of advice he's told me was, like, if you know you can do it, is it really worth doing?
Wow. I was like, wow.
That was the first person I met in that networking intentions setting scenario.
Right at the jump of the journey.
And so it really changed how I thought it, because I was like, nah, it's cool psychologist. And he's like, you know you could do it? I was like, yeah, it'd probably be easy. He's like, then is it worth it? And I was like,
ooh. The universe was nudging you.
I was like, because he was like, well, what's stopping you from moving to LA? What's stopping you from this and that? And I was kind of like, you know, thinking about it and telling him like what I kind of was thinking. And he was like, well, how much money you have? And I was like, dude, people have went to LA with nothing.
Oh, dude. So I knew that we were going to get along very well.
Yeah, and it changed my whole perspective and like, just not like not just my dreams, but like how I see myself like striving for what I want. It's kind of the reason why I took first grade, why I teach first grade. I don't know if I could do this.
I don't know if I could do this.
But I'm doing it. You know you know what I mean? It's like, and it's like, if you know you can do it, why do it? Is like another way of saying you should challenge yourself to do something that you've never done before. Because even if you fail, you're going to be a whole lot stronger than if you never did it in the first place. That's the real.
That was some real shit right
That's
there.
a two-parter.
Y'all may need to replay that.
No, but like for real though, because like that whole information that he gave me, and he's like 20, he was like 2 years younger than me. He was a young cat
he was
sitting in a
some
suit.
unk vibes.
Yeah,
At you.
and then he like went ahead and like put some like magical like if we meet again, you know, because he's like, I was like, yeah, bro, like you got like a business card or anything like that, and he was like,
Take the red pill.
you know what? if we meant to meet again, we'll meet again. And he gave me a like, you know, like the card that, or you know, the like sidekick machine that Adam Sandler did and turned him into a kid.
Oh,
the Zorro
yeah.
something.
Oh my.
Zorro, like.
I don't know.
Starts with
Zohan. Zohan?
No, not that movie.
Okay, all right.
No, but it's like
I'm
the
tripping.
machine that like you put money in and gives you a fortune.
No, that's not Adam Sandler. That was a Big. That was with someone else.
Oh, that was Adam Sandler?
No, it was the guy from the movie The Terminal. I'm trying to.
Oh, man.
I'm not good at names.
But anyways, it was like a fortune thing from that same type of like machine. From that-
Castaway. He's from Castaway.
No, from with oh my god, I can't think of Illuminati guy.
Something.
What's his name? Oh my gosh.
It's gonna bug me. Watch me text you later if we don't figure it out. Yeah, please figure it out.
Just look it up real
Please
quick.
Look it up.
We are living in the 21st century. I don't have anybody that can.
Bugging me.
I'm gonna train my AI to research things for me one day.
What name would you give it?
Double D. Insider.
Y'all don't even know.
Double D, really?
Had to have been there.
Double D would actually be.
You should. You should.
That's why I had to take it from her. I was like, nah, I need that name.
Yeah, you
I'll
do.
let you take that.
You're like, I'm gonna circle back on this.
Was it big?
Yeah, Big.
Took me to GoDaddy.
GoDaddy. I've always wondered as a kid because I used to see those commercials all the
Oh,
time. What the
you're
hell
right.
was it?
It was
What's his name?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Ah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
what was that machine
definitely
called?
Illuminati. Definitely. Oh, Tom Hanks.
Come on. Zoltar.
Zoltar. Okay.
Okay, Zoltar. He gave me a Zoltar card,
No freaking
and
way.
it had like a fortune on it that was kind of like relevant to what we're talking about. And he's like, "Here, take this." I was like, "Bruh, what is going on? That's some crazy like movie stuff." You know what I
Oh my
mean?
god, dude, you had a light worker.
Yeah, for real. No, for real.
Damn, that just popped in my head. I actually have a shirt for you. It's in the car.
Oh,
I
sick.
totally forgot to bring it in here.
Oh, it's all good.
I was excited. I was like, ha ha ha. Friends.
But yeah, that rest of that trip, like I just kept meeting people. Like
You were in a flow, weren't you?
I was in flow state. You know what I mean? Like
Damn
I was
right.
for real, like connecting with people. Like a lot of people I didn't really keep in touch with, but you know, it doesn't really matter. Like it's all about just like the intention of connecting with people and networking. And the most important thing about networking, and this is very important, is once you network with somebody that you feel like you can connect and create with, you better follow up with them. Because if you don't, all that could be for nothing. And it's going to be harder to connect back up with them, you know, because things change. Sometimes those people aren't even doing what they're doing anymore.
Exactly. And I check in with all of my network connections. I make sure that everyone's okay. I check everyone's mental health. I genuinely give a shit. So I'm
Yeah, you have
when you're
to.
I feel like just like we said, when you're naturally like when you're just in your flow state, like I naturally just know when to reach out to certain people.
Mm-hmm.
Just the slightest gust of wind, I get a feeling of like, okay, I need to reach out to 14 today. Oh, I need to reach out to KK today. I need to
Yeah.
reach out to whoever, check in on them. And they are very grateful every time. They're like, oh man, so you're the only one that be checking in on me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
let's be honest, I got you.
It's true because like we just get caught up so much in life that
It's
like
okay.
yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
we get so caught up, but like just that is, I mean, checking in with somebody just to see what's up, it goes a long way.
It does, dude. I wish someone did that with me more growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's part of the reason why I do that is because the little Nikki, I think of the movie. Was it? Oh, take your soul. Just think of that movie. It's just so funny. Little Nikki and me is like on a healing journey. I feel like a lot of what I'm doing, I know my younger self would be very proud of me.
Yeah,
Very proud.
and that's a good feeling.
Dude, it really is.
Yeah.
Shout out little Nikki.
Shout out to little us inside.
Dude, little us, man.
I know, little me would be tripping. You'd be like
And you're younger than me. You're like
20
a lot younger than me.
27?
Oh no, I don't know why I thought you said 23 earlier. I was like,
No, I
what?
wish. Man,
It's like young buck over
man,
here.
if I was 23, I mean, it's not that much more, but like, I don't know. It's just crazy.
Still feel young at heart, don't you?
I do, but also being around younger kids makes me feel old. Like the sixth graders kind of made me feel old.
Dude, I was gonna say the young ones, you're like around first graders. Yeah, you're gonna feel
Yeah.
old. They're like, nah.
But even sixth graders, like they make me feel old sometimes. But I don't know. Not as bad as first graders.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
As a musician, how much do you think the music culture? I know it's very general, but how much of a change do you think it's flipped, if at all?
Flipped in what sense or what time frame?
All right, let's use the time that I've been gone. So like 2010, around before then to like now.
So from 2010 to now,
Yeah,
in Modesto or the music industry?
industry.
Well, okay, let's give a breakdown of what the music industry was looking like in 2010. You had a lot. The Bay Area had just came out of their hyphy era. We already just got out of the Great Recession, right? The Great Recession, or just the recession that had happened when the housing market collapsed. Things were really bad. I felt like that was a really tough time. And there's a statistic that when we're in economic depressions, music BPM tends to be higher. And so what was coming out after 2010, 11, 12, 9 was Usher with the upbeat OMG song, all the EDM phases that all the artists were going through. Like every rap artist had some type of like upbeat song at that time.
Oh, yeah.
Nicki Minaj had it, Lil Wayne was doing rock, like, you know, like.
The versatility was
Yeah.
starting to kind of like break that realm of like bubbling.
Music was getting very upbeat. You had the pop, not pop, but like the punk rock era of like the emo bands and stuff. Like that was kind of fading out. But it was still very upbeat, like 08, 09, you know, like there's a lot of like fast paced music. And then you get to like 2015, 2016, things started to slow down and a lot of artists started to come out of Atlanta again and like, you know, now it's like slower again. If that makes sense, you know? And I'm not saying like there wasn't like other music.
Oh, yeah.
But like generally like what was the most popular stuff, you know, was like music had shifted. So like 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, it was like more fast paced and then it started to slow down again and more in the rap era. You know, more like in BPMs, like let's say in BPMs for all of my DJs and stuff, like music was like sitting at a solid like 110 to like 125, 135, like, and then by 2015, 2016, it got gone down to like 85 to like 70, 60, you know, a lot slower. And then, I don't know. Now, I feel like music is kind of all over the place. There's so much music coming out. Like, it's kind of hard to pinpoint, like, what the vibe is right now. I could tell you, though, since Kendrick and the Drake beef, West Coast music has been more of at the forefront. That's what I'm starting to hear more in the club is like Kendrick and that like 100, 108 BPM, like just that bass. It's a boom, boom, boom. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like right now, I think music is kind of focused on the West Coast right now. I think that's where a lot of eyes are at. I mean, a lot of artists have dropped. I don't know. I feel like the industry is starting to kind of change because a lot more artists are starting to become independent. Shout out to La Russell. He's like literally showing the blueprint on how to do things independent. He's bringing all these OGs. He brought Juvenile to his place over there in Vallejo. I'm
Shout out
actually
La
going to go
Russell.
to one of his events.
Oh, which one?
It's going to be in April. It's going to be at the Pergola. I think that's what he calls it, the Pergola. It's like in backyard venue.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because you got to like make an offer. So his thing is offer based. So it's like whatever you think it's worth, pay, and then we'll accept it if we want. So I did that, and I won, pretty much. And so, but like I don't know. I think the music industry is changing. I think record labels are really in trouble. Kai Cenat, I think he's kind of changing the game with the Twitch streaming. I mean, he's not an artist or he's a Twitch streamer, you know, but the way he's bringing these artists on is he has a platform.
Are you thinking of Kai Cenat or are you thinking of Black Boy Max?
KYSP not.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
But Black Boy Max too. I've seen some of his stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, he's changing the game too by bringing these artists on and just making
Working on
beats with
music,
them.
yeah.
Like just straight up collabing, showing the process.
Black Boy Max.
Yeah.
Black Boy Max. We're like,
sick.
I could tell as soon as I said it, we're both like, yeah, we're thinking of it.
Yeah, no, he's hard. But I don't know. I just see so many different platforms being available for the music industry because it's been so stagnant for a while.
All the more reason for you musicians out there to stop gatekeeping and to put your shit out there. Take a leap. Do it.
Dude.
Just do it.
Pay the $5-10 a year to go on DistroKid and throw it on there. Like, you
Dude,
know?
If we can highlight that somewhere, like
Get it on all
DistroKid.
platforms. Like, who cares if you're... Don't expect to make money on streaming. You're not going to make... You ain't going to make shit for a long time, and you have to be willing to accept that.
I definitely agree with you. The music industry is in trouble in the sense of like are you familiar with the Double XL, right?
Yeah.
They did their cipher. Did you see the underground cipher?
No.
Now the underground realm, so a lot of blog channels, they host like underground music. They shout out a lot of artists that are not a part of mainstream. They're like us.
Yeah.
Or not me. I'm not a musician.
But creatives.
Other creatives, but they are all musicians, and they're in that realm of like, we're not mainstream. We're still like evolving their sound, but dude, it's freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
But a lot of these channels, what is it? Underground Sound, shout out them.
Okay.
Off Record Sounds, shout out to all those underground promo pages. But those guys basically, they have like 30,000, 100,000 followers. They basically put together an underground, the People's Cipher in LA.
Oof.
They hosted that just a couple of weeks ago, and it blew up.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Dude, I'll send you the link after.
Yeah,
After here.
please.
Yeah, dude,
Cause I'm trying to get more tapped in with stuff like that.
you should do with
just
your
did a
Twitch
cipher.
thing. You should check it out and like react to it.
That's one thing I want to do is reactions.
You do.
Especially on Twitch.
You ought to, definitely.
So I'll wait. I gotta wait until I get all established. I gotta take
Yeah.
my fucking computer to the shop.
Dude, I'm
Just
telling you
tweak
that cipher, and I did see that you were part of a cipher recently.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was a good experience. Shout out to Look Cypher, man. I don't know when that video's coming out. It might be out by the time this comes out, but
I was really excited to watch behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I'm saying about in that flow. I just so happened to come across while you guys were doing it. So I was watching behind the scenes as if I was there, and I'm like, dude, this is exciting. Good for them.
yeah, it was sick.
Shout out to the team that put that together. Good
Yeah, it
job,
was very
guys.
professional. I liked it. It was so. It was sick.
It looked like fun. I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
a little fly on the wall.
Yeah.
But these guys, they put together something beautiful, and it blew up
That's cool.
1,000%. And it's got Double XL looking like caca.
Yeah, well, Double XL's been
Downhilling for the long period, right?
Yeah, for a
But
minute.
it's just artists. I feel like a lot of artists now are noticing that, you know, they can do a lot more. It's just a matter of like, who are you around? Tell me who you hang out with, and I'll tell you who you are. Type
And
shit.
they're really seeing the value in themselves at the end of the day.
Yeah,
They're recognizing how powerful they are.
really, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's beautiful. I'm definitely gonna send you the link to that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you'll like it.
Thank you. Well, we're going to have to run it back. We got a lot more to talk about. I know we do. But we're going to wrap it up right here. Anything you want to tell the people?
Guys, I know me and T keep talking about it, but let's be honest. Like,
Be honest.
you have the fullest capacity to do anything that you want to do. This is Let's Be Honest, like something out of nothing. And I'm here now. First podcast. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for having me, dude. This is our first time meeting.
Yeah.
And we share quite a bit of mutuals. You know, and I've seen you, and just it's like one of those instances, real recognize real. Please, guys, invest in yourselves. You'd be surprised the kinds of things that you can accomplish.
Cool.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest about it. Let's have the conversation. Thank y'all, man, for tuning in. Stay tuned for what's more to come. Like, share, subscribe. Check out the links. We're going to put some links in the bio about some of the stuff we talked about. And yeah, thank y'all. Enjoy.
Yee.
what's up with the substance, man? I know you hurt and feel chemical, man. So what's up with the substance, man? This new sun's beam knock your fan